They just said on the radio that the weather could get up to like 90 degrees with a heat index of like 105. And I hit this intersection just right. Oh. And that guy's turning. That means I get to go. But that sun is bright today, isn't it? Normally it's not like right in my face. Should have jumped on the highway. I still can. Then I have to go through all those stupid stops and stuff. Oh my gosh, Ford makes like the best AC units. I'm not kidding you. So I was a Chevy man for a long, long time. And then I came across this Ford and I bought it. And I've just been in love with her ever since. And it's my favorite truck. And, typical things go wrong, with vehicles, your normal wear and tear items. And, but I just love it. And I've had her for a few years now. She's a 15. And the body looks just as good as it did, when I bought it. Other than a few little scratches because dumbasses in shopping centers can't keep their damn carts away. And, yada yada yada. I even park way away from idiots. Well, my wife used to hate that in the beginning, and but I don't mind the walk. If you're that fat lazy, you can't walk, 100 yards or 100 feet to the door. Keep idiots from parking next to you, and then maybe you need a handicap sticker. I know I don't need one. So anyway. Oh, I just forgot what I was going to talk about. Man, don't you just love it? Okay, I'm going to stop and I got to think about what it was I wanted to talk about. Oh. Was it Pete Hegseth that said something? I don't remember. It could have had, maybe it was something to do with Pam Bondi, and now they're going to release some of the documents from Jeffrey Epstein, which is, that's an interesting topic right there. I mean, how this man accumulated the vast amount of wealth that he had, and all this child porn that he was involved in, and Maxine Maxwell or Gladwell or whatever her name is. You look at her dad's dealings. I don't want to say espionage, but he's a criminal. In a roundabout way, but there's just a lot of weird things that went on there, and it just doesn't make sense. But here's what does make sense: if you had a wealthy person, and you're dealing with the wealthiest folks throughout the world, and you have a sinister demeanor, and you would like to get dirt on your friends and enemies to further your company, further your business, further your country, further whatever. What great way to entrap somebody than to find out what their sexual deviant needs are, or what they experiment in, or what they enjoy doing, and get that on video. You forever now have that person wrapped around your finger. Especially if that is a married person, high in stature, with children. I pretty much got you in my pocket. So, especially depending on the depravity of the videos that you may or may not have made, and the underage children you may or may not have molested sexually, your life's pretty much over. Or you're beholden to that guy until something bad happens to that dude. That goes on every day in this country. Through some form or fashion. The Russians do it, Chinese do it, Chinese had so many female spies in this country. Just look at that feckless coward Swalwell. He had a Chinese spy working for him. So did that old hag lady. I can't think of her name. She had a driver. Chinese spy was her driver for 20-some years. Chinese have infiltrated our universities, our police departments, community centers, a wide variety of government and civilian businesses and military, so on and so forth. They have their fingers into everything, and we've allowed them to do it. And it's a crying shame, because it's just like we've sold our country out. Bill Clinton gave the Chinese the missile technology that they have, so they could go intercontinental, so they could create those intercontinental ballistic missiles, launch satellites into space, spy on the United States. They gave it to North Korea, so they could create nuclear bombs now. And the Democrats think that if everybody has the same technology, nobody will bomb anybody else because it's assured mutual destruction. How dumb is that? How fucking stupid is that? Pardon my French. Maybe I should say this is Curse Monday, which is not very good. So forgive my cursing, my foul language. It's pretty good until that stupid four-chinned lady pulled in front of me like she did. Her weak, feckless husband sitting there, probably like on a booster seat. Yeah, that pushed me over the top there for Monday. But yeah, so there's so much that went on with that. And then you got Prince Andrew. That guy's a creep. Just look at him, you can tell he's a creep and a pervert. And King Charles, what a sick bastard he is. He was married to Princess Diana, best looking woman that could ever have crossed his plate. And he picks Camel Toe Harris or Camilla Bowles. There's an old wrinkled-faced, hideous clown. But nothing in that monarchy has been good. They've all been sick. You look at the lineage of King Charles's family, the inbreeding, and you know why they look the way that they look. Just disgusting. In some cases, the inbreeding. So look, you should look at King Ferdinand. Was it the 5th or the 7th of Spain in the inbreeding? This guy had he had such a grotesque, deformed member that he needed help in order to try and procreate. I think he created a daughter, but he had a wife, and I think she died at 21 because the dude's member was so grotesque. It's from inbreeding. And the pharaohs were the same way. Got to keep that bloodline. So they would marry cousins, and fourth cousins, and second cousin, and first cousin. And we think, that's nasty and gross today. Well, there's a reason why you weren't supposed to do that. Anyway, I've just kind of gone off on a tangent there from Epstein. He was probably married to a cousin. Probably screwed his cousin. And God, that was. And then you look at his mouth, and he would smile. There's a reason why you don't see him show his teeth a lot. He had like baby teeth. He had an oddly shaped mouth that just didn't look normal. Certainly his teeth didn't. But again, ask yourself, how does a guy like that scumbag amass the wealth that he did. And he was not brilliant by any stretch of the imagination. You listen to people that had dealings with him, managed people's portfolios and this and that, blah blah blah. Yeah, it don't add up. And for Trump to dismiss it as flippantly as he did, Pam Bondi the same way. Even Dan Bongino's like, I'm quitting unless you bastards tell the truth. So we have to wait and see what happens now. So there's a lot more to come out. There's a lot more to happen. And the truth needs to be told. And something else, while I'm on this ranting and raving topic of just bouncing all over the place, we got to have term limits. So we need to get it on the ballot. You can't allow your congressmen, your senators to vote for it because they won't vote for it. But it needs to be on the ballot so that the American people vote for it. So I don't know. Somehow or another, we got to make that happen. And it needs to happen. These fat bastards just enriching themselves there in D.C. really has to stop. So anyway, I think that's enough videos for the day. Maybe, I don't know. I honestly had a topic I wanted to talk about at length this morning, and it totally escapes me. So I threw out some little ones here. So anyway, my son's calling. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Please leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, like and share. I'd really appreciate it.